Everyone wants the anime training arc, but training consistently feels impossible for 99% of people. But what if I told you that you can effortlessly become that top 1% by forcing your brain to crave working out as much as you crave binging One Piece? It sounds too good to be true, but I'll show you exactly how I did it in this video. So not only will you never miss a workout again, but you'll become obsessed with training hard, getting stronger, and becoming the best version of yourself. But first, just like any anime protagonist, we need to start with our origin story. One thing that all main characters have in common is that they go from a mundane, boring life to a more exciting, slightly dangerous, thrilling life. Not only do the circumstances around them change, but their very identities are shifted as well. Which is why the first step in this video is to adopt a new identity. Now, I'm not saying to become an anime character IRL, or worse, adopt your persona. Instead, think about it like this. Characters like Sung Jin-woo, Ippo Makanuchi, and Eren Yeager all started as timid, shy, and relatively weak guys. But something happens to them. Something that changes how they view themselves and their circumstances, as if they become completely different people. Specifically, people who work hard and train hard to get what they want. For us, it needs to be the same. If we're gonna become the main character of our story and become obsessed with training, we need to start changing the words we use to describe ourselves. If we tell our brain that we need to get in shape, that just subconsciously tells us we're not in shape. And people who are not in shape typically don't work out. And people who don't work out don't go to the gym, and it's just gonna make you less likely to go to the gym. Instead, if we adopt that protagonist mindset and put ourselves as the main character of the story, and we instead tell our brain, I'm someone who trains hard. Now subconsciously, you're saying, oh, someone who trains hard works out, and people who work out go to the gym, and they lift heavy, and they train to failure, and they do this, they do that, and so on. To put it in a different perspective, ask yourself this question. If I was the main character of a shonen anime, what type of person am I? And what actions am I expected to do as this person? Like if you were the main character of Solo Leveling, you'd probably be training hard, leveling up, killing monsters, and working on improving yourself over and over. Now, I'm not saying to fundamentally change who you are or lie to yourself about who you are, but just reframing the way you view yourself in the story that is your life. It can be an extremely powerful way to take action instead of skipping your next workout. But even if you stop to adopt this new point of view, you'll never force your brain to get obsessed with working out if you don't fix this next step. A lot of the times when we start our fitness journey, we focus a lot on the goal, which makes sense. Maybe you want to achieve the one-arm pull-up, maybe you want to lose 10 pounds, or maybe you just want to gain enough muscle to hide the years of pain, sadness, anger, frustration, rage inside of your large, dense muscles. That could be you, I don't know. Now, it's great to have these goals in mind, which is why what I'm going to say next is going to sound very counterintuitive. To force your brain to actually start crave training and working out, you need to stop focusing on those goals. It sounds super weird, but it actually works. People who focus on the reward after their hard work actually tend to lose motivation quicker, they're less consistent, and are more likely to give up. And I think this makes a lot of sense. Whenever an anime character gets super tunnel visioned on their main goal, they tend to lose sight of the big picture, the people around them, and sometimes their own safety. Not that you shouldn't have goals to strive for, but they just shouldn't be the main focus. Okay, great, but what should we focus on? Well, if you want to get obsessed with working out, we need to start focusing on the process of getting to our goals rather than the goals themselves. There are two ways to do this. The first is to make the journey the goal. Instead of saying, oh, my goal is to get six-pack abs and a hot girlfriend, make your goal to just work out 3 days a week for 1 month straight. Now that you've shifted your goal from achieving the result to taking action on the process, it actually tricks your brain to start enjoying the process more, because now the process is what feels like the reward. You're achieving your goals by just doing the actions, by working out 3 times a week for 1 month straight. You win by doing. It's great. The second way to make the journey more enjoyable, make your workout actually fun to do. And this is actually really easy to accomplish. Number one, you need to be doing exercises that you genuinely enjoy. That way, it's a lot easier to get back into the routine. You actually get excited to start working out because you're doing movements that you actually like. Number two, working out with a buddy, a partner, a group of friends, or someone to keep you company. Maybe a dog. This is one of the surefire ways to make training just a little bit more fun. Like you could be alone in a gym lifting weights up and down over and over and over, which is fine, I guess. Or you could be mastering your own body weight at home alongside a community of like-minded anime nerds. And if that sounds like it would motivate you, like it would motivate me, and help you get the anime physique of your dreams, then definitely check out my program, The Protagonist Method. Not only will you get workout programs to help you get in shape from home with no weights, but you also get a free RPG-style workout tracker to make your fitness journey feel like you're in solo leveling, and access to a community of like-minded individuals to train alongside with. So if you're tired of making excuses, skipping workouts, and then feeling guilty about it, and you want some real accountability, check out the Protagonist Method, link in the description. But I think for a lot of you, to really get obsessed with training, you want to feel like your favorite anime character in your own story. The thing is, some of you are living the story as NPCs, while a small group of you are living out as the main character. So to make sure that you aren't NPC status, the next step is to realize your own epic story. Now, I am not saying pretend to be the main character of this world. That's very cringe and kind of pretentious. Instead, you need to be the main character of your story, and you need to start envisioning yourself in that. The first step in doing this is demolishing your enemies. For every protagonist, there's an antagonist. Think Sukuna or Biru. The main character's goal is to take down the baddie, and no matter how hard the challenge, they always come out on top. Now, you're not going to go into the streets and beat people up. Those aren't the enemies I'm talking about. Unless you do have enemies in the streets, then you got some other problems that you probably have to deal with. Instead, set your enemy as the workout that you need to do, or the workout that you plan on skipping today. When I started my workout journey, I hated going from set to set. It was hard, it was difficult. So to get myself pumped up for the next set and actually want to do it, I sort of envisioned my next set as an enemy that I needed to demolish. That got me super excited to not only start my next set, but to absolutely destroy it. Even if it was super difficult, it just made completing the set even more satisfying. Now, I know it can kind of sound cringy, which is why you need to keep these thoughts in your head. Try not to end up in a cringe compilation. But if you can set your workout as not a burden or a chore, but as something to demolish, it'll force your brain to view it in a more fun way. The next step in envisioning your story is to treat hardships like elements of the story. How many characters in anime have a smooth ride all the way to the boss? Literally none. If Yuji didn't go through what he went through, he probably wouldn't be super duper depressed, but I mean, it wouldn't make much of a story, would it? Every time you encounter a roadblock, just remember whatever you're going through it's a normal struggle. And just think of the absolute banger of a story that is gonna come out of it. Feel like playing League of Legends? No, go work out. Tired from a long day of work and want to sit on the couch? No, go work out. Girlfriend wants you to stay in bed longer. Well, maybe, we can rest up a little bit. No, get the hell up and go work out. Every single obstacle in your way isn't really an obstacle. It's just an element to make your comeback story even better. But the most important step in realizing your own epic story is the fact that everything is your choice. No one is forcing you to work out. I certainly am not. It's all on you. Everything you're doing is a consequence of your own actions. And if your actions led you to getting fat and gluing yourself on a couch, that was also your choice. Every time you get to a point where you feel like skipping your workout, just remember this. Whatever decision you make, that's 100% all on you. If you choose not to work out, it's not because you don't have time. It's not because so-and-so said not to. It's because you chose not to. But if you do choose to work out, realize that you chose for yourself to go through temporary pain and suffering to get what you want and what you deserve. It was all on you. It was your decisions that brought you to the greatest reward of all, a sexy body. But I get it, working out consistently can still be really hard, but that's actually a good thing. And it's something that you can use to your advantage. See, one of the other tricks to forcing your brain to crave working out, and this is one of my favorites, is to actually reframe what hard actually means. One thing that is very important to note is that 99% of people are mediocre. Just look around you. How many people do you see actually exercise and take care of their own health, let alone improving their strength and physique? It's because being consistent and putting your body through strenuous activity is difficult. It's a difficult task for people to do. That's why 99% of people stop working out when they realize, oh, shoot, This takes effort. And honestly, I don't blame them. It's an easy mindset to slip into, but not you. Yes, you watching this video are going to be better than 99% of people by just remembering one simple idea. Whenever you get to the point of most difficulty in your journey, whether it's procrastination or laziness, this is the point that 99% of people give up. That's why they never become exceptional. So as long as you can get past that point, you will become exceptional. You will become that 1%. Do you think the average person in Japan would ever do what Yuji does every single day? Would anyone else put as much effort as Sungjin Woo does to training and leveling up? The reason you admire these guys and the reason why they're so awesome is because they do hard things, which in our mind is way too hard for us to do. We would stop immediately if we had to go in a dungeon every single damn day. Yet that's what makes them exceptional. So instead of viewing hard as an obstacle, you need to view it as an advantage. It's not hard. It's just a measure of who gets to be exceptional. It always takes me back to one of my favorite quotes. Everything worth doing is hard. The harder it is, the more worth doing it is. Alex Hormozy. But the problem is, everything I just told you is completely useless. I am so sorry. Because without this final step, you will never hope to achieve consistency. The biggest thing you need to become obsessed with training is having a strong why. A strong why is what drives most anime characters to do what they do and get obsessed with their work. And as a human being on this very planet, you're gonna need the same thing. Just simply ask yourself, why do I want to put all of this time and all of this effort into getting in shape? Some of you might say, oh, I want to look good so I can get more girls. And if that's you, valid reason, bro. Look, it literally doesn't matter what your why is. It could literally be for the dumbest reason known to man. As long as it's strong and you truly believe in it, that's all that really matters. And your why is allowed to change. Maybe it was for the girls at first, but now it's to help your mom carry the groceries in one trip. Or maybe now your why is to become the best bodybuilder ever. Or maybe your why is to grow strong enough so that you don't break your knees for walking down the stairs when you're 90. Again, it doesn't matter. Just choose a why, hold on to it tight, and ride it into the night. And if you do that, you're going to be unstoppable. You might even be unstoppable enough to train like Gojo Satoru for 17 minutes, which if you want to do so without equipment, you could check out this video right here.